Wow.
Man, superstar energy off the...
Welcome to the battlefield. You're watching Wrestling Reality Hub, your front row seat to WWE Mayhem. Subscribe and let's drop kick into the headlines. The WWE Universe has been buzzing non-stop, and it all centers around one name, Jade Cargill. Fans, insiders, and even casual viewers have been talking about what went down during her recent match, and not because of the incredible athletic performance she delivered, but because of a moment that caught everyone off guard. What should have been a showcase of Jade's dominance turned into a storyline twist that highlighted something deeper within the industry. For years, discussions about respect, preparation, and equality have echoed throughout wrestling circles. And this incident brought all of those conversations to the surface in one unforgettable moment. A fictional malfunction that sparked real conversations. During the match, Jade was performing at the top of her game, strong, confident, and fully in command of the ring. But in the middle of an explosive sequence, the story took a turn when her gear malfunctioned. It was brief, it was unexpected, and it was treated within the narrative as an embarrassing yet fictionalized moment that no performer should have to deal with. The crowd reacted, the commentary team shifted tone, and suddenly fans were discussing something entirely different than the incredible match she was putting together. But rather than framing this as real-world negligence, the storyline used the moment to shine a light on an issue that has existed in wrestling storytelling for decades. How much pressure female characters face compared to their male counterparts. Why this storyline struck a nerve with fans. The reason fans reacted so strongly wasn't just because something unexpected happened. It was because many viewers felt the incident reflected a long-running imbalance in how women are portrayed on screen. Across wrestling history, female performers have often been given gear that's more about aesthetics than practicality. And though this story was fictionalized for entertainment, it tapped into a very real discussion that fans have been having for years. Why aren't female athletes portrayed with the same functional gear standards as the men? This storyline hit differently because it mirrored frustrations that the audience has been voicing for ages. And WWE used this moment to build tension, discussion, and emotional investment in Jade's character. Jade Cargill's fictional reaction, a display of true professionalism. Even within this scripted world, Jade's response was everything fans admire about her. The moment her gear slipped, she didn't break focus. She didn't lose her confidence. She didn't let the story derail the match. Instead, she adapted instantly, maintained her composure, and kept the match going with the same intensity she always brings. That level of professionalism, even in a dramatized situation, showed exactly why she has become such a standout star. WWE crafted this moment to highlight Jade's strength, not to embarrass her, but to show her mental toughness in the face of adversity. How the WWE Universe reacted to the storyline. The explosion across social media was immediate. Fans were comparing reactions, sharing opinions, and debating whether the storyline crossed a line or whether it served as commentary on an issue worth discussing. Many fans defended Jade, praising how she handled herself and calling out the fictional wardrobe department within the storyline for failing to prepare her properly. Others pointed out that the moment reflected broader themes about how women in wrestling are portrayed and that the story served as a reminder of why equitable presentation matters. This mixture of reactions kept the narrative alive far beyond the match itself. The fictional wardrobe controversy. Within the storyline, questions were raised about why Jade's gear hadn't been tested thoroughly, especially for a performer known for her strength, speed, and explosive style. WWE's fictional backstage team was portrayed as having overlooked important details, choosing appearance over performance-ready functionality. This wasn't real-world criticism. It was part of the narrative WWE built to spark conversation and push Jade's character in a new direction. But fans took the message seriously, asking whether this moment could lead to an on-screen shift in how female characters' gear is designed and portrayed moving forward. The double standard the storyline highlighted. One reason this moment resonated so deeply is that it brought attention to a long-running difference between how male and female characters are presented in wrestling. Men almost always get gear designed strictly for functionality. It stretches, it secures, it protects, and it rarely fails. Meanwhile, women, at least in storyline, often deal with outfits created for visual appeal first. WWE used Jade's fictional Malfunction as a way to call out this imbalance dramatically. And whether fans loved it or hated it, the conversation it sparked was loud, passionate, and unavoidable. Jade turns the moment into empowerment. When Jade addressed the situation in character on social media, her response was filled with confidence and humor. She acknowledged what happened, reassured fans, and redirected the spotlight to what truly mattered: her skill, her focus, and her drive to keep getting better. It was a moment that turned a storyline mishap into an empowering message, showing fans that confidence doesn't come from things going perfectly, but from pushing forward even when they don't. This transformed the narrative from a moment of embarrassment into one of resilience and strength. Why this storyline matters for the future of women's wrestling. This entire angle wasn't just about one moment, it was about a larger message. Wrestling has evolved tremendously over the past decade, but this storyline reminded fans that there's still room for growth, especially when it comes to how women are featured. Jade's fictional Malfunction was used as a catalyst for broader discussions about respect, preparation, equality, and ensuring performers are treated like the elite athletes they are. For many fans, this was a wake-up call that sparked important dialogue about the ongoing evolution of women's wrestling in WWE. The responsibility fans have in moments like this. One of the biggest takeaways from this storyline was how fans chose to respond. Some elevated Jade, supporting her professionalism and refusing to share clips that focused on the malfunction rather than her performance. Others realized that moments like this are exactly why it's important to treat performers, even fictional characters, with respect. WWE's writing team subtly encouraged viewers to reflect on how they consume wrestling content, whether they uplift the performers or reduce them to isolated moments taken out of context. What WWE could do next in the storyline. In an ideal continuation of this narrative, WWE could use the incident as an opportunity to showcase a shift in how female characters are supported and presented. The storyline could lead to commentary from authority figures, improvements to wardrobe standards within the fictional world, and a renewed sense of seriousness for Jade's future arcs. Fans have already voiced what they want: storylines that treat women's wrestling with the respect it deserves, gear that enhances performance, and characters who aren't placed in unnecessarily compromising situations for shock value. Whether WWE moves in that direction remains to be seen, but the storyline certainly opened the door. Jade Cargill's rise continues. Even with this scripted setback, Jade's momentum is stronger than ever. She turned a difficult moment into a showcase of her resolve, proving that no storyline twist can overshadow her raw talent and star power. Her character came out of the situation even stronger, with fans more invested in her journey than ever before. WWE has something incredible in Jade, a performer who commands attention, inspires confidence, and shines whether things go smoothly or take an unpredictable turn. And the way she handled this fictionalized moment only solidified her position as one of the most compelling figures in the women's division. The choice fans must make moving forward. As the story continues to unfold, it leaves fans with a powerful question. Are we going to let moments like this be used purely for shock, or are we going to demand that storylines respecting performers become the standard? Jade Cargill showed what true professionalism looks like, and now it's up to the audience to match that energy. Support the performers, celebrate their talent, call out unfair portrayals, and most importantly, push for a wrestling industry where all athletes, male and female, are given the respect they deserve.